Welcome to Let's Talk More on Monday. As always, I'm your podcast host, Chloe, but today we are doing a very special episode. Occasionally, we will sit down with our interns and chat with them about what it's like to intern with more, what it means to be an intern, what they're learning, where they hope to go. So, we are doing another one of those with our round of summer interns. As you may notice, it is summer. They are not in school right now, which just means that they can devote that much more time and energy to helping us make opportunities reachable for everyone. So we're very excited to have them here. I'm going to turn over the mic and have them introduce themselves, but thank you if you are listening to this for supporting our internship program. We love helping young people explore and push their boundaries and learn how to get those opportunities out there. So let's hear from our interns. Xavier, we will start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what year you are in school, what you're studying, and anything else that you want the people to know about you.
Well, hello, my name is Xavier Cruz, and I am a freshman coming into Purdue University, and I will be studying electrical engineering and hopefully minoring in Japanese. I have just come back from a trip from Japan. It was great time, a lot of walking, not that much time to sit down.
Yeah.
But no, it was beautiful. We got to head around to like different shrines and other things. Um, some other things about me, I like playing D&D. I am a huge nerd for a lot of a lot of stuff. Like comics and games. But aside from that, yeah, pretty simple, black and white.
Yeah, awesome. I totally agree with you. The last time I was abroad, we got in like 20,000 steps a day. It was exhausting, but very fulfilling as well. So I'm very glad you got that opportunity, and hopefully you have adjusted well to the time change and everything. You're
I'm
nope.
not. Good luck has not been kind to me.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, that's far enough away that you're gonna need probably a week or two before you feel normal again. Well, glad you are here, and we will turn it over to Van Soy. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and what you're all about.
So, hi everybody. My name is Bon Sui, and I'm currently an incoming sophomore at the Indiana University of Indianapolis Kelley School of Business, where I study marketing with a focus and concentration in communication studies. I'm currently interning at More Magazine, where I get to curate your guys' weekly emails, so you guys might see me pop up in there a few times a week. And then on top of that, it all goes back towards building my career in digital strategy, which is what I truly want to do later on in my life. I'm always open up to many opportunities. So, of course, just reach out if you let me know. Sorry, this sounds like way too rehearsed, but I remember practicing this with Ariana earlier. So, I'm just
Yeah,
going off the top of my head. But yeah,
go ahead.
I
Your pitch.
just competed in a pageant just 2 weeks ago. It went exceedingly well for my first pageant. I placed third, and it was a great experience. But I would love to continue advocacy for like Burmese community and many other channels and diverses.
Yeah, that's amazing. Was there a focus to the pageant? Was it through IU Kelley School of Business?
No, it wasn't. So it was through this organization that my parents had both worked with since I was a child. It's called the Zope Community of America. And essentially, they're focused around the Zope youth, which is like I wouldn't say it's more of like a culture. It's a state in Burma. Oh my gosh, I'll have to look it up later and ask my parents about it. But yeah, it's extremely small, but it's like very close, very welcoming, very warm, which is what I love about it. And they also partner with the Chinland Defense Force organization back in my homeland country. So that was one thing I truly appreciate about it. And then the first place winner of this pageant actually is being sent on a relief aid trip to Burma over the
Wow.
fall semester, which is 100% the number one motivator for why I chose to compete in it. I'm sad that I didn't end up getting it, but of course, I'm so grateful for the experience being up on stage. It felt natural.
Yeah.
I love what I did.
Yeah, and it's such a great way to advocate for things that you really care about. So hopefully you have lots more opportunities like that.
Of course, that's what this internship is all about.
Yeah, well, thank you. And last but not least,
Hi, my name is Anyeve. I'm a rising sophomore at Indiana University Bloomington Study School of Business. So there I study marketing with a co-major in digital and social media business applications. So I'm really interested in digital marketing, creative marketing, social media, and things like that. And then I have a minor in Spanish because I'm really interested in culture and foreign relations. And along with that, I actually went on a study abroad trip to Ghana this summer. So that was really fun. I really wish I was there every single day, but I'm happy to be back. And other than that, I don't know, I really like connecting with people and storytelling, and that's kind of where the marketing and digital and social media business applications came from.
Yeah, I feel like all of you have some proclivities towards storytelling and crafting a narrative and, creating something that engages people in some way. So I think you're definitely all suited for this internship, which kind of brings me around to the focus of the chat, which is you guys are interns here at Moore. And I would love to hear a little bit more about if you have a specific role in the internship. What is a day in the life for you? What does it look like to be a Moore intern?
I can
Mm.
go first.
Yeah.
So I am a social media intern. So I'm specifically focusing on social media management, and so I schedule for all of our platforms.
Okay.
And so most of the content that you see going out is not only created by me, it's created by all of us, but I'm usually scheduling it. So I do a lot of that, and that's really been good because I'm really interested in social media management. So just like learning the back end of how that works and how the social media channels work, and looking at engagement and views and things like that, and how to interact with our viewers and our readers. So that's been really fun. I've also been working on brand management. I feel like Ariana has really given us the opportunity to explore whatever we want to explore. So not just social media, but also branding. So I've been working with another intern, Chi, to kind of reimagine the about section so that it really represents what more is about.
Nice. Absolutely. That is something that has crossed my mind before because More was founded in 2020. It's been 5 years and Ariana has established a really strong brand in that time. Like if you see something on your socials for More, you're going to know it. There's going to be, that typical like muted earth color palette, probably like some recognizable fonts. Usually the design is very cohesive, but our about page has stayed the same for a long time. So I think it is a great project to give it kind of an overhaul and let people know all of the good work that we have done since it got founded. So that is a very exciting project. How about you, Von Sui? What's your role in the internship? What do you work on?
Mm-hmm. So I went into it a bit earlier, but I work on curating your guys' weekly emails. So I'm probably working on 2 or 3 of those every week. And on top of that, I get to also be behind making some of the contents that we publish on our social media pages. I also get to work on our LinkedIn page, which has been super fun, figuring out all the analytics and impressions, etc., statistics behind it.
Yeah.
But a day in the life is honestly super, it's not that exciting. Like I wake up at 7:30 and then I make my coffee and then at 8 a.m. I clock in for my more internship shift. Typically lasts 3 hours until 11. Then during that time I mentally prepare myself for the day and then I go to my other job. I do babysitting for an amazing family up in Fishers. They're super sweet. I love working with them. And then
Nice.
I'm with them until 5 p.m. After that, I clock out and come back home and start on my summer classes.
Oh my gosh. That
Yeah.
is a long day.
It's a long day, but I feel like it's all worth it, especially during the times in between where I get to just hang out with my cat for a bit.
Yes. Oh, felt. I have two of my own.
Oh, they're babies.
Yes. And I do love our emails. I feel like it's another way to just kind of, establish that branding, let people know what we've got going on in our docket. It's how we push out the podcast to people. It's how we, keep promoting the articles that
Mhm.
get published and also works from other people. Check this out if you are interested in financial literacy, just something like that. So it's a nice little blast to keep involved with our readers and hopefully we get some good feedback from those as well. If you're getting the email and you're listening to this right now, like let us know about it.
Yes, please. I love hearing your feedback as well. Um, Honestly, whenever I go through the emails, I'm super excited to always feature the Dig Deeper and Let's Talk More on Mondays. Those are probably my favorite part about the emails. So I'm glad to hear that from you too, Chloe.
Well, I'm glad. It is definitely a highlight of mine to get to talk to so many awesome people, including you guys, and then for our listeners to get to engage in these conversations. It's the whole reason we started the podcast, really. I mean, one of the benefits was we initially started it to do audio recordings of our interviews to become more accessible for people. But what was really gaining traction was the interviews that we did with our contributors. People want to hear behind the scenes, they want to hear how content is curated and how the magazine comes together. And then when we started interviewing people outside of the magazine, those did good as well. Like people want to hear from professionals, women, people of color in their area about the things that matter to them. So we've come a long way for sure.
For sure.
How about you, Xavier? What is your role in the internship? You have been with us for a while now.
Yeah, I've been here for a while. I I'm a media intern who works on the podcast and the video podcast as well on YouTube. I My job is mostly self-explanatory, just editing mostly audio and video for like a smoother experience of the podcast, of the interviews, of all that. I I work on Anueva's time because there's not much else I can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mostly do audio and video. I've recently started working on some uh partial social media stuff. Working on features for Moore's neighbors, and Ate has given me a go ahead for working on some short form content for the video interviews.
Yeah, really exciting. And we love some of that short form content, getting to engage people because, everybody's attention span is shrinking. So if we can give them, something quick and exciting to watch, that's going to be great. But you've also done a really great job of splicing together our episodes. I mean, taking editing off of my plate, I will be forever grateful. But past that, like, our the people we interview do a really wonderful job of speaking their minds, having a natural conversation, but inevitably there are going to be things that we have to edit out, right? Like people will say
Yes.
things that they're like, actually, let me rephrase that, something like that. So those edits are invaluable to our listeners to just have a cohesive experience. And we get to add our fun little brand music, and it just makes for overall a much more enjoyable experience. So, the last thing that I want to hear from you guys on for this portion of our chat is why you think that internship opportunities are so important for young professionals, why you sought out this internship, why you may seek out future internships, just what is the value in getting to know a company, a business, a brand? We can start back with you, Xavier.
Um. Well, my personal opinion, the reason why an internship is important for young professionals or just people in general is because aside from being like something on a resume, it lets you gather experience. That experience being, it could be a variety of things depending on the internship. This current internship right now is for me experience on like how to splice audio and video, how to like kind of research data about our neighbors and how to actually get along and communicate with a team
Yeah.
in person. It The reason I kind of chose more, or more kind of chose me, but anyways, the reason I like more as like a company that gives out internships is that it's a good cause. It's letting people know, letting people become more informed about everything going around them, not just their own world, just the world going on in everyone else's lives.
Right.
It's it's a very good cause, and it's just something I can get behind.
Yeah. You mentioned our nonprofit papers, that is definitely something that we're very proud to do, is feature nonprofit companies that are working towards good causes. I recently interviewed Lillian Barkus and Monica Casillas, who both run organizations aimed towards students that are either tutoring or helping them understand the opportunities that are available to them as young people. And that's very exciting for us to get to uplift their voices, because somebody may listen to our content and decide to engage with their nonprofit organization and make the world a better place. So, by getting to uplift their voices, we're just spreading their influence that much farther. So I agree with you, Xavier. That is definitely a worthy cause. Anyone else?
Mm-hmm. So, oh, this is going to sound a bit too sentimental, but my parents were actually forced to drop out of school around the 5th or 6th grade. But even through that, they never stopped their learning. They realized that learning doesn't just happen inside classroom walls, it happens everywhere they go. So, because of that, they know about 5 languages now, I believe. Each of
Wow.
them individually know 5 different languages, and they communicate and they work with different communities, etc. And that's something that's been very deeply instilled in me, is that learning doesn't stop just in the classroom, it happens everywhere that you go. And I've always deeply valued experience over anything else. So of course, being an Asian daughter, I try to keep up the best I can with my grades.
Of course.
Of course, 100%. But then on top of that, they always encourage me to reach out to different clubs or organizations or nonprofits that might be on the lookout for any workers or helpers, etc. So when I found out about more, I was more than thrilled to be a part of this, even if it's through small things I could help out. I loved Issue X, what you guys had going on, and then I just thought, okay, yeah, this is an amazing cause. What can I do to help? And then landed on an internship, which was amazing. I was so grateful for it. But yeah, that's 100% my reasoning as to why I believe internships are more important for young professionals, especially during this day and age where experience is going to be deeply valued over just what level or degree of education that you hold.
Right. Absolutely. And we were so lucky to feature so many amazing people in issue 10. Just wonderful stories about the kind of influence that we can have on ourselves, on each other, on the world around us. And again, just that continuing education and effort to make the world a better place.
Perfectly said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think internships are important for young professionals. Just like again, everything they said with the experience, I think it's really helpful to kind of like figure out what you want to do. But then again, like coming into college, you might not know exactly what you want to do. You might not know what major you want, or even if you have your major, you might not know like what industry. There's just so many things out there to do. So I think having an internship is just that way to kind of like explore and figure out what path you want to take and what you want to do after graduation, what you want to do in the future, 5 years down, 10 years down. So yeah, that experience is just really helpful to kind of figure out how to round out your path and round out your career. And not only that, I just think the connections that you make with other interns, with executives, managers, whatever, those people will be your network moving forward. So making those connections is really, really important. So I think that's why an internship is important for young professionals.
Yeah, I agree. And I've said this to guests on the podcast before, but once you are part of the Moore family, you're always a part of the Moore family. So even if you guys finish your internship and 5 years down the road, you want to come back and write for us, you're always going to be welcome because you've already made those connections, right? And we have a wide network of people that are also rooting for you and interested and invested in your success. So it's just group of like-minded people who want to see the world get better and uplift people who are working to do the same. But I was so glad to have all of you on this episode today. That is going to do it for this episode of Let's Talk More on Monday. If you are interested in hearing more from our summer interns and seeing their work, make sure to check out our emails and our socials and our LinkedIn and continue to listen to the podcast because obviously they're doing great work on that behind the scenes as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Of course, thank you.
Make sure to join us over on our Patreon, where we are going to dig deeper with our summer interns about what it all means and why they ended up here and where they hope to go. So make sure to join us over there, and we'll see you next time when we talk more on Monday. Bye, guys.